welcome back, everyone. We got a very special guest, a teammate of our boy Mac Hereford, the starting receiver for the Vanderbilt Commodores. Frank, if you want to go into more detail.
Yeah. So Amir Abdur Rahman, he is a wide receiver for the Vanderbilt Commodores from Atlanta, Georgia. So a little about him. He saw action as a true freshman in 2018. Do you remember who your first catch was against?
My first catch was against Ole Miss.
Yeah. um, his sophomore season, he got a season injury against Georgia, and this past season was his junior season. Played in 9 games, got over 400 yards, and got over 70 yards against Texas A&M, 90 yards against Kentucky, and 60 against Florida. So welcome on the show.
Phenomenal bounce back season, by the way.
Hey, thank you.
So maybe like going back, why did you choose Vanderbilt in 2017 when you had offers from Wake Forest, UAB, Iowa State, Coastal Carolina, naming a few?
I chose Vandy because really Vandy was really the only school that I kind of visit and kind of full grasp of like what it felt like to feel like I was a part of a team and a community. And it kind of reminded me of being here from Georgia. It kind of similar to Georgia. So Nashville is just the same, a good environment, close to the city. And this Derek Mason just kind of, as he was our coach, he just set a different standard for myself and others at the team. So that's kind of drove me to commit to Vanderbilt.
And how has it been so far?
So far it's been great. I mean, I wish I would have got my sophomore year back to, really show off some of my talents. But for the most part, I have no regrets on my decisions, and I still have a lot more to give at Vandy.
Yeah, exactly. And I think coming into the season, I think a lot of media panelists had you probably as the lead receiver, and as far as the statistics show, it seems like you really you played really well. Getting 69 yards on 3 catches. That's not such an easy accomplishment, especially against Tennessee, a really solid team, produces a lot of players. You guys also played against Florida. How is it going up against a guy like Kyle Trask who got nominated for the Heisman Trophy and had a monster year?
So it's always great to go against guys like that because it brings out a different competition in you. But for the most part, when we hit the field, we always go with the mindset of these are the same guys we might have played in Little League or, middle school and high school. These are the same guys. The only thing that's changed is the logo on their jersey and what school they play for. Other than that, it's the same game that we grew up playing. So being out there with them, it definitely brings out a different monster in you. And you know that they're going to give you their all and you're going to give them your all. So it's like, we're all out here trying to get to the same goal, so let's make each other better.
And how was it playing during a pandemic? And were there fans in the stands?
No. So in the beginning of the year, we had cardboard fans. So they just cut out. They just hit some of the parents up and was like, "If you want your picture in the crowd, just give us a call and we're gonna put a cutout in there." So I think for the first 2 to 3 home games, it was just cardboard, and then they finally let the student athletes come and watch the games. Some of the students come in, but we didn't have any of our family members there until like the last game of the season. And this pandemic year, I would say, has definitely shown and helped others grow in different ways. I personally don't think I would want to see another season like this again, but it definitely helped me study the game better and like appreciate everything that I did have or that we did have before the pandemic.
Yeah, exactly. I think it definitely alters the way you prepare. But a lot of people emerged from the season. And speaking about emerging, it's not very it's not often when you have a freshman starting at quarterback. What was it like catching passes from Ken Seals, who was throwing a lot of darts during the season?
Yeah, he came in early. he went ahead and left high school early and came in, so he got a little feel of what it was like to work with some SEC receivers and kind of get a grasp of this new offense that we was just now getting used to. So he came in with a good head on his shoulders, and it was just like he's ready to work. He brought some stuff that he knew that would help us, and we just took what he knew and tried to build off of that. And for the most part, I like him. And like he was our starting quarterback. There was they had to compete for a spot during the summer and during fall camp. So it was like we had a lot of quarterbacks that was in our reach that we could have used in and out. But Ken just kind of set itself apart from everybody else, and we was rocking with him the whole season. And for him to be a freshman and to do what he did and put up some of the numbers, I feel like Vandy definitely had them a new, like a Jay Cutler to a Kyle Shermer again, and it's going to be real great for the next couple of years to come.
And what are your personal and maybe team goals for next year?
First goal for the team is to get our first win. You know, it was a rough season this year.
Yeah.
We definitely need to get us a win just to get back into the field so people can really put more respect on Vanderbilt's name. And so that's a team goal. And also I want to see us, you know, thrive and make it to a bowl game, you know, defeat some of these big teams that people don't see us really beating. I want to have that happen for the team. For me personally, my goal would be to let's see if I can lead the receivers in receptions and in touchdowns. You know, we got good guys like Cam, Chris Pierce, you know, guys of that nature still coming back, and they would put up numbers. So it's definitely going to be a dogfight with who's going to get the most receptions, the most yards. And I feel like that's a big goal for myself. And also I want to try to dethrone Jordan Matthews. I want to try to take his record down if I can.
What's his record?
I believe he holds the record for the most receptions, most touchdowns in the Vandy career, and I want to say yards, I believe. I have to look that up again.
Yeah, Jordan Matthews, well-respected player. You know, because of the whole pandemic, like even in the NFL, like you know, draft workouts, draft combines, you know, it's so difficult to, you know, produce the footage that coaches, you know, require. Has that affected you in any way? And like, do you think it could be like an advantage in any way because people are getting extra years of college ball?
It definitely has its advantages and disadvantages. So for a lot of guys that kind of opted out this season and a lot of guys not going into the draft, it definitely opened up some room for guys who may have not thought about going into the draft this year to get in, kind of sneak their way in just because of all the opt-outs that was going on. And I feel like the opt-outs and the, you know, the rules that they put in place where you can get this extra year back, it's very helpful because, you know, playing in the big league like the NFL, you got to come in with the right mindset. You know, your body type has to be right because it's a grown man league. And if you go in there thinking, okay, it's child's play, I don't know how long you're going to last or how, you know, how healthy you're going to be going there. So I definitely think I like the transition that NCAA has made for the guys that had their last year to able to get them another year. Yeah.
Is this one of your goals, pursuing the NFL?
Oh yeah, always. Just as a kid, you know, you always see some of your great players play and was like, oh, I can do this. And now being in college and getting that much more closer to this goal, it's like, okay, it's in reach. I'm getting in contact with, you know, different kind of guys, like teammates that have played at Vandy that moved to the league, and they're reaching back and saying, look, it's here, and like people will see you, so just keep going. And this dream, if I can accomplish this dream, oh yeah, it doesn't just stop there, but it's definitely one box checked off my list.
Yeah, you know, especially, you know, the phenomenal route running you've had, and you know, you've been able to produce against a lot of, you know, incredible defensive backs. Speaking of, you know, Vandy quarterbacks or players turning to the NFL, Kyle Shermer, the son of the current Broncos OC, Pat Shermer, was it like different having a quarterback, you know, a coach's kid, you know, maybe thinking, you know, differently about the way that the game is played? And, you know, what kind of, if there were any advantages to having, you know, a guy around, you know, a lot of football IQ.
Yeah, Kyle, you know, came in at Vandy and kind of made his mark early. And after that, he's played so much ball. So my freshman year, I was like in like the background, just kind of learning the process and the speed of the game. And when I finally got there on the field to get a chance to kind of, showcase my talents, he'll slow it down for you and be like, look, all you gotta do is breathe. Everything's gonna work out the way we've been practicing it all week. Just do what you gotta do. And he kind of brought that confidence and leadership to the offense where it was like, okay, no matter what happens, the ball is gonna be thrown the right way, or I'm gonna end up in the right spot because the way he directs the offense. And learning from that, I can definitely say those are parts that we need out of Ken. Once he's shown a glimpse of that, but once he gets more of that leadership role in and more of that IQ, like Kyle, it's definitely going to turn the offense around tremendously. But much respect for Kyle Shermer.
What's your best memory at Vanderbilt, and one player you idolized when you were maybe younger or now in the NFL?
Okay, my favorite moment at Vandy. I think I have two. I definitely love the my bowl game experience. Being there for my freshman year, true freshman, going to a bowl game and having one big catch to go for like 54, 55 yards, whatever the case may have been. And that was a huge moment for me, knowing that, okay, to end the year off right, knowing that I can play against anybody and, have a chance. That was great. But probably my top favorite would have to be my one hand in the Tennessee catch that made ESPN top 3. So,
yeah.
Yes, sir.
That was something.
That's definitely the top one right there. And then I would say for my inspiration, I definitely love Megatron. That was my guy. He was a monster on the field. I love him.
You're 6'4", right?
Yeah.
6'4". This guy, no one could cover him.
Can't nobody do what he did. If he's going up and the ball's in the air, he's coming down with some kind of way.
He literally would get pressed, double coverage, Are we going to see that next up?
Mm-hmm. Hey, I hope so.
On the subject of inspiration, it was a really great story to hear, Sarah Fuller, Power 5, first ever, female football player. Seriously, we were talking about, Alex Smith, like seriously with Sarah Fuller, like what a story. What was it like, in the locker room, supporting her? Didn't she, have like an incredible kick? And, to just see that, it's such an inspiration to, men and, even females, just to pursue whatever they want to do with their life.
Yeah, it was definitely a great, just to have her step in, and like we was in desperate need of, a kicker. Everybody was out because of COVID or whatever. So for her to just come off this SEC championship win, and she could have had the opportunity to go home and, enjoy her break and her vacation, but she just took it out her time and said, look, I'm gonna help them out because I'm a Commodore and, we all stick together. So for her to do that, I commend her for that. And once she stepped in, like the meeting room, and we were having our meetings, we all just accepted her as family. It was like, look, she's a part of this team now. We all gonna treat her as such, and we're gonna grind together as we've been doing the whole year. So when she came in, she definitely brought a different energy to the team. Coming from her SEC championship, so she knows what it takes to kind of, the process and winning and all that good stuff. So we definitely listened to her, and and in the game, she had her amazing kick. Got the first female to touch the field, kickoffs, first female to score any points in the SEC. That's amazing. And I mean, a lot of people can't do that, but now that she doesn't open the door for so many other females, we definitely might see a change in football for the next couple of years.
And maybe lastly, what does the future hold for you? And we heard that your new head coach, Clark Leah, can you talk, maybe did you know him before?
No, so yeah, the new addition to the team, we brought in Coach Clark Lee. He's a Vandy alumni. He's been here, so he's played in the past, so he knows what it is to be a Vanderbilt athlete. And I feel like that's going to be great for us. He was a defensive coordinator at Notre Dame.
Mm-hmm.
And so he's definitely going to help out with our defense, and he's bringing in guys that I see that either played here once before, or that has like tremendous stats and like number one rankings and stuff like that in their divisions. So I feel like what's his plan to come in is he's going to come in and he's going to restructure the whole Vandy experience. And I'm really looking forward to kind of seeing how it plays out. I haven't met him personally, I wish, well, once we get back, we're going to sit down, get to talk it up and just see where his mindset is, because I know where my mindset is. I want to win. So I hope he wins too.
Yes,
course.
sir.
But no, that definitely wraps up a fantastic interview. Thank you
Yes.
so much for joining us.
Thank you.
And you know what? Like, seriously, phenomenal receiver. I would not
Good
be
luck for
surprised
next
if
year.
any team drafted you, especially these
Yeah.
guys over here. Definitely use help for Aaron Rodgers. But no, a pleasure to have you on the show, and just keep grinding, and hopefully we'll see Vanny in a bowl game.
Thank you for having me.
Who's gonna win the Super Bowl?
Man, my team got put out, so I'm just rooting for anybody at this point.
What's your team?
Seattle Seahawks.
Oh.
Hurt my heart. Put out, but it's okay.
Yeah. Okay.
No, of course.
Thank you.
Pleasure. Take care.
All right, thank you.